What up, people? It's your boy C4 coming back at you with another video. Today we're gonna try a little something different. I'm gonna start something on Tuesdays, depending on the response, of course. If you like it, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. If you dislike it, give it a thumbs down and tell me why. You know, give me a courteous reason why you didn't like it, and you know, we'll work from there. But without further ado, I give you Top 10 Tuesdays, a show in which I give my top 10 on different subjects. Today's subject is top 10 movie-based games. So let's start the show.
He's black, he's brutal, he's boss.
Now, movie-based games have a reputation for sucking ass. And I can't deny there are more out there that suck than there are that's good. But there are a few gems out there. And today I'm going to give you my top 10. So let's start it. Coming in at number 10, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie. You couldn't be a child in the 90s and not know who the Power Rangers were. If you were, you must have lived in a sock drawer. Then there were two versions of this game, like most in the Super NES and Genesis days. I personally preferred the Genesis version because it actually followed the movie more for the most part, whereas the Super NES version was more the same from the previous Power Rangers title. Either way you slice it, this game was awesome. Imagine Streets of Rage but playing it as your favorite Power Ranger.
Wow, winning.
What movie games list will be complete without this? This game defines split screen multiplayer fun in my opinion, even to this day. Whenever I hear the word split screen, this is the first game that comes to mind. While the multiplayer aspects of the game was the bread and butter, the game still managed to have a very interesting and fun single player campaign. Not to mention you were able to enable cheats to the single and multiplayer modes to add even more fun. Now, like most kids of the past 4 or 5 decades, I was a huge fan of Michael Jackson. I had all his cassettes, CDs, some posters, and VHS tapes devoted to all things MJ. So it's needless to say I love this game. Now that I'm older, I'm not too big on the actual movie. However, I still love this game. Was it a great game? Nope. Was it an amazing game? Nope. But it was fun for any kid who, like me, was a huge fan of the King of Pop. You tell me another game where you get to play as MJ and can make gangsters, zombies, and dogs dance, and I'll show you a mermaid riding a unicorn on a rainbow-colored cloud. Wait, what? Coming in at number 7 is one of my all-time favorites, Aladdin. Like I said earlier, most games for the Super NES and Sega Genesis were different. Based on the 1992 film of the same name, Aladdin was no exception to the rule. While the Super NES version had some clean colors and a little more vibrant flair, the Genesis version was where it was at. With sword play and grittier levels, this game was pure fun and frustration. Unlike most games made for kids now, the older games were a bit of a bitch, but always a whole lot of fun. Some people hated it, and some people loved it. I was one of those kids who, even though this game pissed me off to no end, always came back for more. This platformer based on the movie, which was based on the novel, was just as difficult as it was fun. You even got to play as a raptor and tear up some humans. This didn't fare much easier. Was I the only one who wondered where the hell all the humans were when you were playing as Alan Grant, fighting off all those dinosaurs alone? Once again in the magical world of Disney, taking the number 5 spot is Toy Story. This game was sweet. Playing as Woody, you pretty much go through the entire plot of the movie. I liked this game because the gameplay was a little bit everywhere. You had platforming, driving, and even some first-person shooter action, minus the shooting. As a child, this game was the epitome of a great movie game, because even if it wasn't tied to a movie, you still have a blast. When I heard they were going to be making a Scarface game, I was like, how? I was even more leery when I heard they would be changing the ending where Tony lives instead of dies, because then it wouldn't be Scarface. My mind couldn't fathom this in the beginning. However, the execution was pretty damn good. Taking over Tony in the last scene of the movie and coming out on top turned out to be a brilliant idea. And working your way back up to the top was a lot of fun. The only downside I could think of was not being able to shoot pedestrians. Come on, we all do it when we playing Grand Theft Auto. However, it wasn't that big of a deal. Maybe due to the fact that you killed so many other people. I still to this day haven't seen the actual film. Never really been into sci-fi. However, I did enjoy this game. The reason is because it was the first-person shooter I played and actually enjoyed. Up until this point, I was never really a fan of the first-person genre. I always felt disconnected with the characters, and they always came off as shoot this and move on. However, this game actually had other elements to it, such as stealth, hand-to-hand combat, and it had a tad bit of an RPG element to it. The AI was pretty solid, and the gameplay was excellent. Coming in at number 2 is the Godfather the game. One of the greatest movie-based games of all time, in my opinion. The story is here, but there's so much more. All those little scenes that had you wondering how that got there and who did that is placed upon your character. I love this game because 1, it supported a favorite feature of mine, character creation. And 2, it's the Godfather. I recommend this title to any diehard Godfather fan and sandbox level. Coming in at numero uno is none other than my favorite movie-based game of all time, The Warriors. This game is what all movie-based games should strive to be. It took the concept of the movie and took it to a whole nother level. Not only do you get to play those iconic scenes from the movie, such as running from the turnbull ACs and the fight with the Furies in the park, you also get a ton of backstory that was never told or revealed in the movie. This game is one of my favorites, movie-based or not. The fact that it's based on one of my favorite movies is an added bonus. If you've never played this game before, I want you to do 2 things. First, I want you to slap yourself, and then I want you to go out and get this game, because it's amazing. And with that being said, we've reached the end of our very first Top 10 Tuesdays. I want you all to keep in mind that this was my list of top favorite movie games of all time. If you got one, you can write it in the comment section below, or you can do a video response. Whatever you do, it's up to you. And give me more topics. It doesn't have to be on video games. It could be on movies, music, whatever. Give me your comments below. Tell me what else you want to see. And as always, this your boy C4. Chat with me, and I'm out.